Hello there, fellow changelings of the Changing Army. I'm the gaming changeling Orthorm. Welcome back to Ask of God's Redemption. Last episode, we basically went throughout the prologue and of course the chapter 1, and we got a little bit in ways into the game. Now, we continue with chapter 2.
Year 1002 since divine retribution. Spring equinox. Kingdom of Frisia. The city of Voden. A procession approaches the city. Hundreds, no, thousands, walk to Voden, shackled and closely guarded.
You observe the surroundings from a tall rampant. It is your job to foresee any threats, especially those another might overlook. Something menacing is in the air. It might have something to do with the prisoners. You are a bodyguard of the highest rank, a warrior of the Saddle clan. Your client, Count Pleco Satori, sews you off like a golden belt buckle. It makes no difference to you. In the end, you are loyal to your clan. The streets are full of gawkers, city dwellers, and villagers who brought their whole families to the festival. However, Temple Inquisitors, no mere itinerant entertainers, presides over the ceremonies. They offer a special kind of entertainment. There will be executions and torches to commemorate the spring equinox. This time there will be an astounding number of victims. The city will drown in blood. What the fuck? Okay, if this is actually some sort of festival for the spring equinox, count me the fuck out. I don't want no part of this. And I'm actually not kidding when I say that. No! I do not want that. I would let you know that right now. No! Okay. Let's continue on here. Find a meeting approaches to stay close. A tall temple servant is commanding the guardsmen. Many in the crowd whispers his name, Nakoma. Count Pleco Satori approaches him, arms wide open. Finally, you're here. How was the journey, Your Holiness? What news? Would you like to rest? Or begin the festivities immediately? Have you considered my request? Reminded of your presence by the clanging of your sword, the Count breaks into a satisfied grin. Whoa! 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 Holy God! Look at that face! Look at that face! Trust me, it might eat at me, but look at this! Look at the guy's face right there! He's like the kind of guy to pretty much... I'm not gonna. It just. It gives up some very bad vibes, very creepy looking vibes. I'm not gonna lie. He's the kind of guy that will be satisfied in whatever he does. Doesn't. And I don't think that just goes to murder. I can do that right now. Anyway. No need to fret, Count. The third Legion is already on the march. You should let fate do the work. When considering the command of 3 legions, other commanders might suffer from failing sickness, or their tents could be attacked by bandits. Do you follow me? Does the temple permit such tricks of fortune, and how should I pursue a fate such as this? Would the temple abide me? The temple of the Divine Wrath only instills anger, so heed my advice. I'm just looking, trying to think, you know. Oh, that's a tattoo! I just realized that's a tattoo. I thought that's Dumping SC. Temple Divine Rats only stands, so heed my advice. Forget about gold and jewels, but keep any switches you find. They won't make you commanders of absurd reasons, but they might save your life. What do you mean, Your Holiness? In every temple, you heard that secrets are the stones of the weeping. Is that your warning? How can secret put me in command of absurd three reasons? Your Elkin can bring you and your three reasons more easily than a servant bringing a chamber pot. Test him if you doubt him. I like this sort of entertainment. If your bodyguards play, say, a dozen or two fearsome guards, I'll turn a blind eye. You are absolutely still. A premonition touches you like a breeze, but your inner peace is undisturbed. You are always ready for whatever may happen. Lo Peng, stay here. I need to speak with His Holiness in private. Worry not, I'll be safe in Nakoma's company. Meanwhile, make sure that everything is in order. A satisfied grin bloomed across the Count's face. He had interpreted your nod as a bow, it seemed. This day last year, 2 murderers were tortured to death in the city square. This year brings many more victims, but they look nothing like murderers. Now we can interact with the executioner. Very good. Falcon puts it up, presented against the wall. The red-haired guard does not look traumatized, though she certainly is. As Gosman ran calling old man from crowd, he loses sight of her for a moment. Oh, okay, I'm not very certain if that's supposed to be a T or something. But, the woman stands, I'm gonna say that, the woman stands behind the red-haired, that could be like a woman stands behind the red-haired girl, but she's the one who watches you. Calm and impressive even when she calls out to you in Elkingen. The red-haired girl is definitely not Elkin. If she were, you would be forced to abandon your service and save your kin. Nothing else can interfere with your service to pick the student who pays you so well. Hey warrior, my knee is weak. Can you feel what's happening? It is not time you remembered your duty. Remain silent, your inner peace is absolute. Open your eyes, that tempered servant is not human. It's a reaper in human form. Think of the law of the clan. If a weeping begins, you serve your clan only. Fight the weepers wherever they appear. The law of the Saddle clan binds you to oppose the weeping and the reverse. Do you remember the duty? I understand what the rest of your prisoners screaming about it. The gods they are not cycle up. The poet's eyes are daggers. He knows something she should not. Still, none can foretell a weeping. You do not have to believe me, but today is the day. The weeping is nigh. Does it matter who speaks the truth if truth is still spoken? You are too young to let them know. Innocent people will be led to the slaughter today. Is that Fisher's rule? Fisher is cruel, I am not surprised, but he is not my concern. You are a warrior of peace, are you not? How can you I can read your face? Look for God and come out and feel life peace beneath its feet. It's a weak bringing the power. I decide to see it. As if we could not allow ourselves to be captured. Be fool, but please be bitter to your clients. You're just fodder, much like us. In the meantime, the warrior codes of the Saddle clan prescribes in a calm. Otherwise, you are useless. he receives substantial sums of money from Count Plucko Satori. You turn around to find Nakoma staring at you with a contemplative grin. He gives a sigh. You hear screams and choice words behind your back. The guards have picked up the girl's feet and are carrying her to the dad, the temple servant. It seems the unfair for the executioner. He is accommodated with an old confessor, clad in black robes bearing the sign of the temple. The old man appears to outrank him, but the executioner will provide over the coming festivities nonetheless. The executioner checks the steel spikes protruding from the wall and then looks into it, arguing, damnation, why did we drive this herd to Warden? You can only hang 10 people at a time here. Do you mean to drive the rest back? It's a wooden dais, normally used by talisman to inspect wagons. Above it, steel spikes protrude from the wall. 4 of them show traces of blood, the rest are simply rusted. Now, Giggles, I remember your collection. What should I cut off that different? Noses perhaps, and for the grand cause, I'm happy you're arranging smaller affairs, smaller and freer. Ogren laughed. Don't tell me. I just saw you draw. Striking events from breast to crust, just see your guts spill. Just wait for it. You'll soon have your way. We'll slay them by the hundreds. Mel blissfully closes his eyes. So all this talk about opulent Buchanan not just gossip. It's a long way to go. Many won't make it sealed. It's not like first meet. Mel rubs his hand together. You wonder why anyone would drive prisoners towards war. Usually it'd be the opposite. Before you can approach the old man, Nakoma beats you to the punch. Yet wouldn't originate him forth if you stand in the square to speak, conversation can be heard at a distance. Nakoma nods in your distance. Did you ever torture a man from the Saddle clan? Burn him with hot iron, cut his sinews? They say these men fear no pain. Because they're frauds, Elkins are not really human. Rumor has it you can cut a child into pieces in front of an Elkon, and unless he was hired to protect that child, a warrior of the Saddle clan will so much as blink, said they have no hearts. I think I may have done something wrong. This is trying to figure out. Nakoma smokes smoke, as if you had a heart. Were you flint if you'd had the blood of a child? How many of you disemboweled already? Perhaps we have something in common with warriors of the Saddle clan. Love to see that one in action. Nakoma meets your eye, but you look right through him, into the void. I have a heart, your holiness. On occasion, it even aches a bit. When you live as long as I, yours would too. What do you think? Will we defeat Bukana this time? Nakoma pats the old man on soda. Soon you shall see everything for yourself. All we need is to spare some blood. A great deal of blood in the proper place. Golden is only the beginning of this. You stand beside Plucko Satori. He is unfazed by the muffled howls of the prisoner, the grumbling of the crowd, or the smoke on the execution of blaze. In fact, he's almost triumphant. What will you do, Lopang, knowing that a prison officer plots my death? What if he plans to send assassins after me? Give me a name. A couple of officers wish to do away with me. 3 of us 6 commands of the legions, but only one shall prevail. If you do not stop him, you soon have no client left to protect. The legions are already on the march, but neither commander has joined them yet. One of them just passed through the Garian tunnel, the other is a bit ahead of them. The entourage is not numerous, you will manage. And who will you protect while I'm away? I'll be perfectly safe while the temple servant Nakoma is here. I want to test you first. There is a wench who dares scorn His Holiness. That red-haired skunk mocked him all the way to Woodham. Kill her, and if I became commander of three legions, I would double your pay. For Elkin, a client's word law, even if the client breaks the law. Now here's the thing, if that is a serious authenticate, however, many there are, but I am not an executioner. Well, I can remember this, because always get what you want, regardless of what's moving. You'll see. The Finland are cunning, they pay the son of the Sadaclans handsomely for their service. But they easily go back on the word you expected. You are ready for them, but as the turtleman had asked, are you ready for the truth? Sound falls out of the square, the red eagle rests on the wall, freezing in anticipation of the dreadful fate. The only sounds are the clinking of the executioner's instrument being laid out on the bench, and flapping of banners over the burgmaster's head. Prisoners at the foot of the wall can barely stand. Few men, only the very old and very young remain. The most female crowd fall to the ground, horrified at hearing the anguished cries of an old man being tortured. And the redhead began to sing. She reads a temple hymn, making wisdom pour like bare their hands. Her voice purrs across the scale, resonating as if under a bolted ceiling. The entranced by the melody, moved to tears, searching for something within themselves. You do not see Nakoma anywhere, but you sense that he is nearby. Guardsmen's helmets are removed, sharp blades are lowered. Prisoners no longer weep under control of you. You know that a temple service cannot end in an execution. It is forbidden. At the such forms, a weeper appears. Something resembling a bloated gray corpse with a greasy black mane. Oh, that should not say anything. Something resembles a bloated grey corpse with a greasy black mane emerged from the yard in front of the gate. It moves towards the dais, determined to end the song. You draw your sword. Oh, this is not good. Okay, 15 damage, 30 damage. Moves last, so I'll immediately go for this. Get rid of you. Not good. 30 damage, 9 health. Increase my defenses there. That would be the 30 damage to health all adjacent units. I would bring my health down a little bit. 31. Okay, what if I put myself there? That would actually... I think I screwed myself. Yep. Game over. Okay, let's try that again. But I'm actually gonna give myself a little bit of some help. At least a little bit. Reasoning is because I'm not going. Reasoning is I'm not gonna miss out on experience on this. Some of this I can need to reset. There it goes. And just do that. I'm actually going to be playing this different, pretty much very similar to like how you would play Fire Emblem. What I have, it's not necessarily a cheat, it's not necessarily a cheat, but what I have is unlimited movement turn. That way, if I need to, I can reposition myself. Wait a minute. The Reaper's the last one to move. I have an idea. This is gonna be stupid. Since pretty much for the most part, the Reaper's the last one to move, I think I pretty well may have... Dang it! Dang it! Why? If I, yeah, no. I already know. I'm losing. Play battle again. Yeah, this is a good start. Good start to the video. This is a really good start to the video. 26 minutes in and I'm already. Just calm. Do that. Hey, come on, you. Oh wait, now you're being a dick. I am actually legitimately trying to play this. Screw it. Turning on my enemies. Why? I don't want to be done with this at this point. But I think I got more than enough for experience. Goodbye. Sorry I had to actually do that, but that was the only way that I could actually do that. I've already put it up. There. I'm gonna say this. If I end up failing 3 times at something, I will put on weak enemy units. If that happens. Anyway. Killed by your blow, the monster turns into a wisp of fog. A thicker stoic steps into the steel of your blade, sizzles and burns out. In the midst of itself, this would make the weakness vulnerable. A strange weakness rises over you, making you stagger. Does the monster curse you? Your eyes meet Weeks. He has been a hard nut to crack. 2 flings of the sword is enough to cut the ropes binding her. When we just set her free, she rushes to the other prisoners. Follow is not your responsibility. Your road leads to the Isle of Shadow now, but first you need to overcome the strange weakness. Many generations of warriors live their life knowing that if a weeping comes, they will have to oppose the weepers. Whoever cuts even one of them down to bring news of it to the Shadow clan, your service to Parker's toy is over.
In the first days of the Great Disaster, you rushed to a backwater town on the edge of a Burkanan kingdom. This time, it seems the dice rolling on the game board will be carved out of your bones.
And that's its 2 chapters done already. Oh, that's nice. You hurried like never before, leaving ravines and mountains passes behind, taking narrow pathways now buried by snow. Yet still you didn't make it to Elbit before the spring equinox. The tower of the city are already visible, and you can hear the ringing of bells and the roaring of the Madness River. What could this backwater Orland town have done to incur the god's wrath? Why Elbrius? There are dozens of other towns that look exactly like it. Is there some secret motive? You're filled with an overwhelming sense of foreboding. The sense of death fills your nostril. Everything here is just as Amma predicted, except for one seemingly impossible truth that, at the moment only you know, a mortal has indeed resisted a reaper, both here in Elvis and in the faraway Physian city of Rudan. You reach the town walls. The bell purrs insensibly. Black smoke swirls overhead, and the stench of burning flesh fills your nostril. Could it be a plague? Why are all the guards at the gate wearing Duran uniforms? This is still the Ulandan kingdom. A vagabond. Damn it, why is it never a damn soul? Hey daydreamer, snap out of it. Do you have paperwork? Wait, let's see. Looking through your papers. Nice to meet you. Baron Rodley. Call me Mooseholm. I'm the commander here, and you... Oh my. You're a healer and a baron, a scribe too. What brings your grace all the way to Elvis? Nothing until you let me into the city. I'm no baron either. Call me Hopper. You sound like a Duran commander. What are Duran guards doing in an Orland town? Guarding, of course. There's already trouble on the western borders. Is that where you come from? I came down from the mountains. I've been to the Bay of Mercy. Took the mountain passes to make it here before the snow melted. I didn't even have time to visit Opakam. I believe that. There's a broken garrison in Opakam. Count Basilian is in command. He wouldn't have let a healer leave his side. After local news, the weeping had begun. Well, nearly. That makes no sense. Has the weeping begun or not? Can't you tell me what's going on? You don't like the tune? Doesn't bother me. I've gotten used to it. Or are you after the job? I'll consider it if the pay's decent, but I don't like the noise. Had the bell ringer gone deaf yet? The locals say that if not for the ringing bell, there have been many more corpses by now. Looked like the ringing bell brought some of the crazies to their senses instantly, but the sound broke through whatever was clouding their minds. As for the bell ringer, not my responsibility. Is it ringing by itself then? Well, never mind. He was trying to fill another shoes. As for the other ones there, the only thing I can think about that is that the first one would be the nobles do feel the plague, so they're burning the corpses. So I would immediately think that would be something there, so I knew that right away. The third one is he's pretty much giving like some... He's guessing at this point. I agree. I don't have all day. You're not as beautiful last, so we're done cheering. Welcome to Albius. Why summon the guards? Did I offend you? Not with defensively good in mind. Thing is, I have orders. If I were to see a scribe at the gate, I am to send them to Cardinal Corazon. Why? Well, that's none of my business. Say Corazon? I used to know a man by that name. If you're the Cardinal's good friend, you might have better luck than a prince. Those two don't get along, you see. My men will escort you. Goodbye for now. Alright. Wow, this...
The town looks glum in the aftermath of the tragic events. The reaping has indeed begun. You barely have enough time to look around as the guards briskly lead you to the town square.
You arrive at Town Hall with an escort of guards. One of them, a tall, hulking man, stays the others leave. He sizes you up, then points to the entrance of a nearby shop. He obviously wants you to go there. The ill-splitting pull to the bell makes you wonder how the Cardinal stands it. As you take in the Town Hall, the guard takes stock of your horse. My name's Alk, he said. If Morsom got it right, you're Harper Woolley, a peculiar man. A book lover, hero, and a baron. You face the giant warrior, smiling your friendliest smile. Why does your horse wait for you by the tent like a dog? Is it trained or something? Does it bark on command too? No bark, all bite. Keep that in mind. Like I need that horse of yours. It's too scrawny. My feet would scrape the damn ground if the horse doesn't buckle under me first. Look after her, Oak, and you shall see that I pay my debts. I haven't let you a thing, and I'm not going up. Your horse ain't going anywhere, and neither are you. You're not leaving town till you've spoken to the Cardinal. He and the Prince argued about that. Actually, Tree glum because the temple sees the right to respect all scribes and mazes coming in town. You regard the bell tower of Town Hall, and the ringing of the bell makes you wince as it screws into your skull like a bone-setter's drill. There is definitely magic at work, yet who would use it in Albus? Wondering what a sorcerer might be doing in Albus, you enter the streets. Follow the fleeting traces of magic. It leads you to a side area where someone cast a spell several days ago. It is now clear that it was no sorcerer. Someone used a magical plague. It only makes sense they will be with the power in a weak time. Blood is smeared on the pavement. It looks as if it were more than an ordinary fight. The squeaking of a door makes you turn around. Several gloomy towering figures exiting one of the forces. Why when they see it, large sacks on the back betray that either one of them is moving out or they're coming marauders. It seems like the latter. The folk throw their loot to the ground and draw weapons. That's it. Alright. See, I only got quick slice and circular hit. Circular hit is also on immune, so you know what? We'll go ahead and go here and... There we go. Oof. Well, that was a good choice on my part. You look at the corpses and frustration begin to simmer. So many soldiers were dispatched to this town, yet they only protect the princes and the cardinals. More blocks from town hall, a day-like robbery took place. The criminals won't harm anyone ever again. Oh, I don't get anything. Intrigued, the Prince of Giant. You don't look so worn out last time I saw you. What aggravates you so, honey? At the beginning of the reaping, what is the incessant ringing of the town bell? I've been told that a certain scribe has arrived in town. Would that be you? A healer and a wandering sorcerer with license. Upper Worley. Your face looks familiar. Might we have met? We met in your palace, Your Highness. About 3 years ago. I just earned my scribe license. I spent a whole year going through your archives. I can't remember every single player scribe. Now, if you're a good swordsman, we could talk. So you do have a sword and a staff. Isn't that a bit much? And what brings you to Elvis? Staff is for walking, the sword is for defense. Such are the times we live in. You either carry a sword, or someone carries your head. As to why, I got word that the weeping has almost conquered Albius. I'm not gonna pick 2 and 3. 2 is more on lines being that he couldn't care less as long as he doesn't see this runoff. He also still wants to know why I'm in here. Because I'll receive many questions, but not. But he'll also say that I'm not quite sane. The third one will be the curiosity will lead you to the gallows, and well, that's what you do in Elvis and the White Chronicles, what else. So I'm gonna go with number 1. That's why I'm here, Your Highness. What do you mean that's why you're here? It's starting to piss me off. Make yourself clear why in turn have you come to Elvis. That's hardly a secret, Your Highness. There's watching events unfold in the blessed land of Bacana and writing it all down. I'm not so sure about the Bacana blessing. Look more like a curse to me. But why Elvis specifically? Assyria told me that the weeping will begin right here on the Devil internet. I was curious to see, but almost couldn't make it. I had to travel a long way. But seriously, what's she by chance an attractive young lady, or a crone with a soul-freezing gaze? I find her beautiful, past her prime perhaps, but hardly old. Stumbled upon her in the Bale of Mercy. I didn't really believe her. It's better to see for oneself, so I just dropped by. The salesman was right. It's disappointing that she's so far away. I'd love to meet her. The weeping excites your curiosity, you say. You might be an expert on the subject. If you are clever as your scribe, pretend. Tell me this. Was the bell ringing during the last weeping? And if it was, how did they stop it? Is there a clue in your clue? Rules about how to silence it? It did indeed toll, but differently. Enough for days. I mean, how do you even keep this up? Anyway, stopping the bell is child's play. Just get the chimesmen off the damn thing. Do you have any ideas how many men I lost in town hall? I don't need a scribbler, I need soldiers. Someone for good newfulness. Go visit the cardinal and see if he can find you aught to do. Jeez, what a jerk! Not gonna lie, legitimately, what a jerk. The cardinal, it appears has received common soft, or rather soft. This smells of the rain. The cardinal takes anything in that and the bell. So here you are, Blanks, and here I was thinking that a single fly would come to this pile of dung. We have 2 flies now, including you, and once again, you're a cardinal. Grocer's on? So you're Bagnabon again. They told me you now call yourself Hopper. I like Blanks better. I've always been amazed by your pattern for change. Only armor stays armor. You're coming here with no coincidence, is it? What else does he predict? Nah, he didn't really predict anything else, only the onset of the weeping. That has a loss of clairvoyance. As you can see, that's how it is. The weeping also started in Fissa, not just here. That's not your doing, is it, Corzonion? Of course not. You don't think we sided with the Umbra, do you? We're all Umbra. Alma is, and so is Rask. He got away from what I've heard. Who comes to Albius? Are you saying you don't know, Blunt? I'm surprised. You should have seen the one responsible for all this. Something hides these events from my sight, but I did catch a glimpse. Seems there are 2 mortals. One here, one in the north. They resisted the Reapers. Another president defeat. The one in the north, if I'm not mistaken, has even managed to excarnate him. That can't be true. Are you certain? So it was only disembowelment. Disembodiment. You couldn't have killed him. You also fear if the number were killed, disembodied only. A Reaper already attacked him twice. Not in full force for some reason. I couldn't tell exactly, but he lost his body again. Damn it. This is a great data for us all. Surprisingly, you arrived just in time, Blank. Can I count on you? Spare me your chuckling. If only we turned Freezer into a graveyard when we had the chance. We could have avoided all this. Naturally, we'll be standing in the middle of a graveyard called Bacana. These people are like cardboards. Leave 10 alive, soon there'll be 1,000. At least they're much more efficient at getting rid of themselves than the Weeping could ever be. What is it you can't do that I can't do myself? Answering my questions. There's something odd about this weeping. It's waning. You think I'm hanging around here for the fun? It's because of all this winging. Like it's suppressed being for whatever reason. I don't think it's anything to cheer about. It can hinder the weeping. It could spell trouble for us too. Love has been bothering you. Truly, there's some magic to all of this, and we need to get to the bottom of it. Maybe I'm no match for you or Ananel, but I don't believe for a moment that you're surprised. The first legion of Fraser are closing in on Bacana. Gaborians wreak havoc near the Ashen Wastelands. Gao has been sighted in the Andrea Forest. The moment we show any weakness, the Powerians are going to be at our throats. We were ready for war and the weeping, but not for this sorcery. Saving someone again. I'd rather you ask me to kill someone for a change. That much easier. There are enough murderers at large as this, although you're one of them. Still, doesn't the thought of saving someone pleases you even a little? I'm afraid I know since a pleasant dope mess, but I hear you. I hope you allow me to weigh decisions about any request we make with my own scales. If so, then we have a deal. It's not that simple. A merchant named Patagang supposedly saw a woman of profound beauty before the weeping began, but no one else did. Then, he saw the retired captain of the Oolong Guard, Sornbanian, with his daughter. They were talking to a weeper. Why should I care about a merchant's visit, although Captain Sorn did pique my curiosity? Looked like he's the man I need. Why would a weapon burst with mortals? I wonder. I don't know. Thorn's wife died first. He took his daughter and a couple of soldiers, and they scurried away. However, one of these soldiers turned out to be Prince Teen's son. The numbskull of a prince convinced himself that his son could only be saved by the scribe who stopped the ringing of the town hall bell. Thorn will race from in here to in here until he realized that the weapon has corrupted them all. He already visited the first nearby one, even tangled with some Indians there. I don't know where he's headed. The nightmare mill can be found on the outskirts of Usus. NCs are dangerous foes. Thorn's able to go toe-to-toe with them. He didn't earn the rank of captain for nothing. There's hope he still lives. Being accompanied by such a commander would keep the prince much safer too. I want you to stop that incessant bell. It's not just elves that have been affected by this magic. The bell tolls all throughout Buchanan now, all by themselves, not a chimesman in sight, all because of this one here. The Reaper didn't appear anywhere else but here. Why should I care, Chronozon? I'm not unraveling someone else's enchantment. I need this body, and I've got enough problems as it is. I'll do it without your help. Maybe you should get to the top of town hall tower by yourself. I couldn't unread this mysterious spell. Among the Umbra, you have the highest affinity for magic. Give me some advice at least. Several people have already perished in that cursed tower hall. The bell's magic saps the mortal's will and forces them to climb ever upward, but we're different. Very well, Chronozone, but I want to take a look. The moment I sense any danger, I'm turning around and getting out of there. On your way to Town Hall, you're joined by Chronozone. You examine the secret gate and can see that it is indeed enchanted. Luckily, the spell doesn't affect Umbra. As you try to make sense of the innocent background, Chronozone keeps up from behind and shoves you forward. You rush up the stairs against your will. The sorcery is affecting you, even though it shouldn't. You must turn back, but if you can't, your feet heed you not. On the upper platform of the bell tower, you find the soldiers who've got too close to the enchanted stairs. With eyes are busy, you draw your sword. The guards may not attack you around free will, but there's no reason to get yourself killed. Okay. I'm gonna put myself there. I'm gonna do a wide swing. Get rid of 2. Forgot about the archer. Get rid of you. Not good. Come this far, not about to stop. berserker. Okay. The bell keeps tolling. The wolf flings on its spell's effect. Simply grabbing its breaking enchantment and you'll be free to leave, but it's a trick. Nothing the wolf triggers a curse. Pressing cursor on what a mistake and you're about to suffer the consequences. After the curse, putting the bell tower comes. Everything goes black, but all but a message goes into your mind. Follow the guiding one. Collect the 7 parts of wisdom. Weed and be saved. Now, I have a feeling that it might have something to do with an ending. I don't necessarily know how many endings there are. There might even be like a true ending. I don't know. You wake up to someone slapping you in the face and hauling you upright. Struggle to open your eyes. The first thing you see is your blackened and frozen hand that absorbs the full power of the curse. One look back is enough to confirm your suspicions. The town hall bell tower has indeed been destroyed. Oh. Oh, no. Is it going to be that thing? Well, I sense we get, pretty much my... Every time I think, yeah. I embrace the corruption, I get stronger, but my defenses are lowered. Is that what's going to happen here? Got you, but damn you, Kwanzan. You scoundrel, I dragged you from the rubble. And what do I get in return? Have you lost your tongue, or have you no gratitude? The town hall is no more, tower is no more. You brought it all down somehow. The store still is in one piece though, and the tolling has stopped. My throat. I didn't really think it was going to be a lot of reading, but my throat hurts. Yeah. Anyway. That kind of magic is out of my league, Kwanzan. I can only tell you that it definitely kept something horrifying at bay. It still does. But now with my help, see my hand? This unknown sorcerer must have had both hands blackened. Or could it be a sorceress? No matter. A being capable of such magic can assume any form. The spell has broken, and there's no ordinary curse in your hand. The bell must have been a decoy, then. But I don't understand the enchantment's purpose. Outside I know, if not for the bell tolling, the people of Elvis might have slaughtered each other. Damn Nathan, it's your fault I got caught in this enchantment. Along with God knows who else. What if this blackness spreads to my heart? Hasn't happened yet. Enough with the weeping. A prompt nobleman is headed your way. You meet my request, so I owe you one. However, if you want to ensure my goodwill, I suggest you find someone and bring him to Opacom. I want to have a look at him. Oh, here comes him. During Control Scribe, the hag was right. You stopped the bell. Well, I invite you to serve the Durian crown from now on. From its unhorned captain. Let him away, named Sword Boone. Save my boy and bring the captain to trial. Excuse my insolence, Your Highness. I only wish to understand. First, I hear about a girl of profound beauty. Now there's talk of some hag, and what of this dream? Did it pertain to your orders? I dreamt of a terrifying hag who foretold your arrival. She tried to soothe me, said to help. Don't grind your teeth, Kwanzan. Respect the Durarian crown. You demand respect for the crown, yet you show none for the temple. Your dreams and prophecies are pure heresy. Oh, and forget about Thorn. He's not your subject. It's not up to you to bring him to justice. Surprise you, monk, but I'm perfectly capable of making decisions without your precious guidance. It is too much to say that annoying temple advisors belong on the whack. I like to believe that, especially with war reports in the Southern Kingdom. I'll say it once more, Kwanzan. If anything happens to Ho, someone loses his head. I will pray that your son makes it through this unscathed, yet I do not think that it's wise to be dependent upon the person trying to rescue him. The gods aren't that reliable. I'll be happy to do your bidding, Your Highness. You've shown kindness to me once, and it's time I return the favor. Finally, a voice of reason, and I don't care if it comes from a bookworm. Thank you, Corazon, for your prayers, and your scribe will have others to assist you. Yep, and there we go. We now have 20% curse. Oh, great. I'm trying to remember if there was another game that did like that thing there. Anyway. Now we, well. Now out to the gate to meet my new companions. Out of the blue, I entered the royal service and found myself some good traveling companions. You're a new face to me. Probably already had the lecture on our goal and reason, but I still like a proper introduction. My name is Hopper Woolley. I'm a scribe. I'm Scion of the Elvius Guard. The Dorian picked me up by the watchtower and pestered me with questions all the way here. Now they sent me to accompany you. I'm not thrilled, but it's better than arguing with Prince Teague. Look, I know Soren Baron, and I'm certain he wouldn't kill without good reason. If anything, he tried to save the prince. I'll follow orders and find him, but in my opinion, the man is innocent. You are indeed a man of duty, following orders you disapprove of. For the time being, all you have to do is point someone out to me when we catch up to him. Everyone got their own responsibilities. One of our captains thought differently, but Soren Baron is another story. It's a father's duty to protect his children, and protect them he will. Had it not been for the accursed weeping, Soren might have just replaced trouble at Burgomaster. Many noble souls have ascended the scaffolding, but very few have returned. For the second one being is that he'll keep an... Now, I believe the reason why he's actually going to escort me is that he's going to keep an eye on me. He'll want to have a private chat with me and will share the information with you that seemed a pretty girl. And just look out for burnt out cold ruined or dried up places for signs. And doing so will tell the new companions to look for signs as his life to watch and listen to them closely. Just gonna do that and just skipping that because it's gonna be the same thing. Also the same thing, you should also watch and listen closely. And so we're gonna be looking for cold signs. Well, not gonna necessarily go the same way as Soren did. You lead to the side with plenty to think about. Clearly, Corazon received no messages. It was addressed to you. Follow the guiding one, collect the 7 parts of wisdom, read and be saved. Gods know where these parts of wisdom might be. This guiding one is also a mystery. It seems there was a long road ahead. No time for these to be traveling to the far ends of Terimium. The weeping, the prince, Soren and his daughter, all of them are bound together. One can only pray there will be no need to sever this tie. That'd be a good idea to see. Reduce energy 10% does not end turn. Ah, yeah, see, 2 to attack, 2 6 to health, and 3 to energy. As you can see, it's really well very similar to runes by the looks of things. But I'm a little over an hour here in this, so I'm going to call the episode here. Next time will be, of course, well, going off the coal burners track and seeing what we can find there. That being said, thanks for watching my playthrough here of Ass of God Redemption. In the next episode, as I said, in the next episode, we'll be exploring more of this chapter and seeing where it gets us. Until then, subscribe if you want to check out other videos I've done in the past, or to stay tuned for future videos on the channel. Comment down below what you think of this game, or if you have another game you want me to check out on the channel, be sure to let me know down below. Until next time, stay trans and cooler, and I'll see you in the next video, my friends. Bye bye.